Hello dear viewers, welcome to English News Broadcast for today, Tuesday, July 16 at 10:30 p.m. local time here in Asmara. Following are the major headlines for today. National School Living Examination results are announced. Commendable women's participation in development programs. Syria warns of consequences following Israeli attacks on Damascus. And 40 dead and 347 injured in East Afghanistan flash floods. On your local reports, the results of the 2024 National School Living Examination were announced on 15 July. According to Dr. Bisrat Gabru, Director of Standards and Evaluation at the National Higher Education and Research Institute, out of the 18,638 students who took the examination, 2,889 or 15.5% achieved scores qualifying them for degree programs, and 1,810 or 9.7% for diploma programs. Dr. Bisrat noted that 21.6% of the candidates were arts students, 31.8% were science students, and 24.1% were female. The examinations were conducted from 18 to 25 March at 26 centers across the country, including at the International School of Eritrean Communities in Riyadh and Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The National Union of Eritrean Women branches in the Ansaba and southern regions have reported significant female participation in national development programs, particularly in soil and water conservation efforts. At an activity assessment meeting in Ansaba region, the union branch presented a comprehensive report on the contribution of women to development programs, health improvement, elimination of harmful practices, and enhancement of women's overall livelihoods and capacities. Ms. Amna Hassan, head of the union branch, emphasized the need for integrated efforts to build on current achievements and address ongoing challenges. She also encouraged the stakeholders and partners to increase their participation in these initiatives. Currently, a seminar was held on 9 July focusing on strategies to control malaria, targeting women representatives from all the subzones of the region. The Southern Region branch also held an activity assessment meeting on 10 and 11 July. Ms. Naita Forki, head of the branch, highlighted significant efforts in enhancing organizational capacity, raising awareness among women, recruiting young women to the union, and combating harmful practices such as underage marriages and female genital mutilation. Ms. Ahmet Negusa, secretary of the PFDJ in the region, called for heightened efforts to raise women's awareness and their involvement in controlling malaria during the rainy season. On your last local report, Mr. Abraham Terlu, head of the Forestry and Wildlife Authority branch in the Central Region, announced that over 2 million tree seedlings are prepared for the 2024 greening campaign. The seedlings, sourced from 9 nurseries, are set for planting by various groups, including government institutions, national companies, associations, religious institutions, members of the defense forces, and individuals. Continuing the initiative started in 2021, members of Sawa Housing and Development Company engaged in water and soil conservation activity on 13 July at Maidimet area. Major Hailom Tesfasilase, manager of the company, reported that since 2021, members have cultivated 12 hectares of land and planted over 40,000 tree seedlings with over 95% survival rate. Additionally, members of the 84th Division of the Defense Forces have planted over 20,000 eucalyptus trees in the Bet Gergis area. Dear viewers, please stay tuned for international reports and more after the short break. Welcome back. The Syrian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates cautioned on Sunday that Israeli attacks on Syrian soil could lead to intense consequences and serious repercussions. In a statement released hours after Israeli missile attacks on a residential neighborhood in the Syrian capital of Damascus and military sites, the ministry reaffirmed Syria's legitimate right to defend its sovereignty and liberate its occupied land through all legitimate means guaranteed by international law. The ministry warned against the escalation of Israeli attacks on Syrian soil, adding that persistent international silence regarding such attacks would undermine the ability of the international system to confront violations of its charter and international laws. Israeli strikes in Damascus earlier in the day resulted in casualties among the Syrian military and fires in the targeted areas, as reported by the Syrian Ministry of Defense and relevant sources. On today's final report, at least 40 people were killed and 347 others injured as rainstorms and flash floods swept through East Afghanistan's Nangarhar province on Monday afternoon. The country's Ministry of Public Health reported today. Health workers were dispatched to the affected areas for treating the injured, said the spokesman of the ministry, adding that the casualties of the mishap are expected to rise. The sudden natural disaster took place on Monday afternoon and caused heavy fatalities and financial damages in Jalalabad, the provincial capital, Suk Road district and their neighboring areas in the province bordering Pakistan. Similarly, 5 people were killed as flash floods swept away most parts of the eastern Afghanistan's Kunar province on Monday morning. Heavy rains and flooding have killed more than 400 and rendered thousands homeless since May in the war-ravaged country. You're still watching us on ERi-TV, dear viewers, and now a very quick recap of the major headlines. National School Living Examination results are announced. Commendable women's participation in development programs. Syria warns of consequences following Israeli attacks on Damascus. And 40 dead and 347 injured in East Afghanistan flash floods. That was it for today, dear viewers. Until next time, thanks for watching.